Hi everybody, hi every spirit, welcome very much to my YouTube channel, Esoteric Cloud Surfer here, ready to start the Esoteric Cloud Surfing. And what is a Esoteric Cloud Surfing or a Esoteric Cloud? It's a lighter, less dense and also vibing on a higher frequency and vibration vehicle, and your spirit can jump into that vehicle in order to fly or float to higher, more wider, more expanded realms of reality, so you can have more wider and wiser perspectives about yourself and your own circumstances. Before we continue, before we move on into the actual video, I want you to support this channel. I want you to support me and support yourself. Also go on and check my Linktree and my beautiful partners Linktree in the description down below, so you can check more of our content and you can support us, for example, via Patreon and via Ko-Fi. Okay? So, thank you very much for being here once again. Your support is greatly appreciated. I wish you the best thoughts, ideas, feelings and emotions, a whole bunch of individuality, creativity and responsibility as well. Okay? So, the title of this video is The Truth About Semen Retention, because semen retention is a myth or is something that doesn't work. Okay? I'm going to be straight. I'm going to tell you right away, semen retention doesn't work and is actually hurtful, or it can be more hurtful than beneficial, because let me tell you the truth, right? In many cases it's neutral. In many cases it doesn't even hurt or is beneficial for whoever is practicing that practice, right? But it can, or it's easier, there is more chances for it to hurt than to be beneficial. But let's get into why. Let me explain you why the semen retention is not a good thing. As you know, here on the channel we have the perception that is not good or bad things. Alright? It is what it is the experience, and we take things as they are. But let's when I say it's a bad thing, what I'm not saying it is a bad thing on itself, if this makes sense. I'm opposing the idea that it is good. All right? So I'm not saying it's bad in itself. I'm just using those words to make sure you understand that it's opposing the idea of it being a good thing. Okay? So the semen retention process, practice, holding on to your own sperm as a man, it does not work and it can hurt you, okay? And we have to understand on a more spiritual level what is sperm, because sperm is a very special type of body fluid. It's a very special type of cells, right? It's the cells that we as men use to create something else, partnering with a human, with another human, aka a female, right? So it is very, very powerful, okay? You really have to understand that, because the other cells, they heal and they regenerate you, but not your sperm. You know what I'm saying? Because many people that use or do semen retention, they want to get smoother skin, or they want to achieve some physical goal, or they want to be more enlightened, right? But that doesn't even make sense, because the sperm cell is used to create something outside of you, to create something new, not to keep replicating what already is you. Do you know what I'm saying? I hope this makes sense. Because what many people try to achieve is to get themselves better, and semen is not used for that. Semen is used to create completely something new. Okay, and that's just the most basic, the most forward point. Let's go to a more in-depth point, spiritually speaking. Semen is like celebrities in our realm, in our world. Okay, they receive a lot of attention, they receive a lot of energy, and they receive a lot of juice. And what it means is that basically they are super powerful, supercharged with nutrients, energy, and genetic information cells. Okay, so you doing semen retention is like you are trying to use the same celebrities for all the events and all the movies. That wouldn't work, okay? Because then they get old, they lose their touch, and certain actors do better in certain characters in center roles than others, so you need to switch up. Okay, so you maintaining, restraining your semen or the cells of your semen within you is like you are trying to use the same power for different reasons or for different moments. Okay? And I made that point with the celebrities because semen is really like they are celebrated blood cells. Okay, imagine the other blood cells inside of you are persons. They have consciousness or they have awareness, but not as developed as you, but they can choose one or a group of other cells to give their attention to, because sperm cells come from the same space as the other cells, aka you, right? So they share something and they interact with each other, and they can be charged by each other by interacting with each other. So you maintaining always those cells within you will make things stagnant and not evolve and change. And that's our next point, okay? You are upholding, retaining, keeping in jail spirits, thoughts, ideas, and desires within you that do not serve you anymore, all right? And it's kind of harder to be yourself or to follow your intuition because you have so many different spirits, many thoughts, ideas, and desires in you, in your space, that they don't serve you. So when it's time to be yourself, when it's time to go for your goal or act in your own way, you have to go through all those asteroids in space, and you might crash, or you might go and waste a lot of time, or waste all of your spaceship's fuel in order to reach the destination. Or you might not even reach it, because you just lost in those fields, okay? Next point, in the more physical way, right? You are not releasing, all right? You are not releasing. That's very important as a man to release, okay? And that just made me, I'm laughing, I'm not joking, but it's a little bit childish what I'm going to express when you have these guys, they are doing semen retention, right? And then they have wet dreams, okay? They ejaculate during the night. And they go to my chat, to Dolo's Appellate Man chat, shout out to them, to Dolo's Appellate Man, to other astrologers and spiritualists out there. And they go ask, bro, if I ejaculate during the night, does that perturb my accumulation streak, or does that count as breaking my semen retention? And I'm like, are they really proposing that? Are they really trying to think that they are still retaining semen? Because physically speaking, I'm not even being spiritual, bro. You just came. That's not a retention, so it's over. Your streak is over. You cut. Okay, you came, you ejaculate, you're not retaining anymore. Ah, and another thing, if I move on, it's I'm doing semen retention right now, not as in a month, but right now. I'm not ejaculating right now, right? So I am doing semen retention. So in a way, every man does semen retention until they release, right? And I think the most wrong thing with semen retention is it's being kind of a trendy or being a spiritual practice. But we're gonna touch that in the end of this video, so keep with me until we reach that, okay? So you are not releasing, and it's very, very important. So even to the point where your body decides to release. Your body is like, fuck this mind, fuck this spirit. They don't know what they're doing. Everyone, open the gate! We need to release. This merchandise is getting rotten, smelling bad, occupying a lot of space. We are getting attracted by trees. We feel sexually aroused when we see grass, like literally grass. No, that's not, you're focusing on wrong desires, because you need to release. You need to keep things going, okay? In good old in and out, up and down, left and right, not just one, okay? Both, right? So, and that can perturb your organs. It can perturb your balls, your testicles, right? It can perturb The channels, because the channel, I was very good at science school classes. I was very good at biology and physics and chemistry, not so good at math because it was kind of too much abstract for me, some of the things and laws and shit like that. But it's very delicate. The canals, the spaces that deal with that type of sustenance, it's very, very delicate. And if you don't release them, they will just accumulate and pressure those organs. And many people say, oh, but then those cells, the sperm, they go up your body and they go up your spine. Bro, first, I don't believe that. And even if that's true, that's not where you want them. You don't want sperm in your spine. It's, you want sperm out of you or in a beautiful girl or man or whatever you into. You don't want your sperm is not to be in you for long periods of time. But you can also just throw it away. That's the extreme, but that's another video, right? Okay, so just get your head around this. It is supposed to be, you have to release it. Okay? Okay, next point is you are being a demon, okay? And what is a demon is something that doesn't want to change, keeps itself and other things around from change, it is afraid of change, and it casts stones on others when they are changing. Alright? Or something that is stuck and repeating for a long time. That's demonic, okay? So you are being a demon because you don't want to change your internal world, your fluid, your sustenance, alright? And you plus you are being a demon because of that, and because you are following another man's mind. Because I don't know anybody in the internet or in my real life that does semen retention because they thought about it themselves. It's because they watched the video or they read a book or whatever. Because naturally, no man will hold their substance. Even they don't even need to have sexual relationships. It will happen naturally during the night, right? Even those that try to do semen retention for 6 months. And by the way, if you have a female partner and you are retaining for 6 months, are you crazy? Come on, right? It doesn't even make sense. She's right there in the bed and you retaining for 6 months. What you doing then? You telling stories to each other? But you know what I'm saying? No, serious. There is a reason for our duality, for the masculine, the feminine, and for the sexual desire. And you're just cutting that shit off. It doesn't make sense, alright? Plus, you are following another man's mind. And if you really want to be spiritual, you should be making and following up your own mind, because spirituality is individuality. So, in the end of the day, doing semen retention does not make you spiritual or more healthy. And that's the truth about semen retention. Because many people, most people that I've seen doing semen retention, they do it for 2 reasons. They want to be spiritual or they want to be healthy. Or I want a smoother skin, I want this, I want that. Right? So it does not make one or the other. So why doing it? Okay? Because you are forcing something that is supposed to go out to be within. And that's something that females do. Females are better at holding in, and even they need to discharge and clean once a month. You know what I'm saying? So don't do it because it's a trend, because it's on the internet, because it makes you more spiritual, because it makes you less spiritual, because you're not doing something that you yourself created. You're not following up your own mind. You're not making your own mind. You let somebody else make your own mind and you are following them. So you have no power, control, or direction over your own mind. And that's not spiritual, because spirituality is individuality. Thank you very much for watching. Consider liking and subscribing, and see the rest or the other videos on my YouTube channel, and we also do live astro and tarot readings, which are also super fun and we can interact with each other. Until the next time, Esoteric Cloud Surfer, surfing out.